Hi there, and welcome to Radiant Central, and I'm your host, Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I'm going to be doing a review of this fabulous oil, avocado oil, from Ava Jane's Kitchen. This is, I would say, the best oil on the market. Okay, I would say this oil, next to perhaps your own homemade oil, is probably the best oil you can ever find. Okay, it's that good. And so before I get into the review and also my stance on cooking oils, I want to just mention two very important things. Okay, so number one, you can actually get a free bottle of this oil. With Ava Jane's Kitchen, the company that makes this fabulous oil, they don't sell this oil at health food stores or grocery stores, nothing. You have to get it online at their store. And they do membership drives. So it's fresh avocado oil, so it's not always available. It's only a few times a year, I believe twice a year, that you can actually sign up to their membership drive to get the oil. And with the membership drive is that they offer free bottles of the oil as well, so for people to try out. So if you want a free bottle of this fantastic avocado oil, I've put the link below. All you need to do is click it and get your free bottle. You can only get the free bottle up until this coming Sunday, May 22nd, or until supplies run out, because they have a limited amount that they can give for free. So if you're thinking about trying it out, I would get it. It's free. Second thing I want to mention is that I'm actually going to be interviewing John Course of Ava Jane's Kitchen about avocado oil and how they make their avocado oil, what makes it different than any other oil you can find on the market, how to know what is a good quality oil and what isn't, all of that. And John is awesome. He's a great speaker. It's great to hear his story about how he started this company and everything, and learning how avocado oil is made. And personally, I like to know how things are made and done, so I can kind of understand it and then know like when I'm getting a quality product and when I'm not. Okay, so I put the link for you to sign up to this free webinar. We're going to be doing it this coming Thursday, May 19th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So the two links are below. Okay, so let me get into the review of this amazing avocado oil. But I think first I need to talk about my stance and my view of cooking oils in general. A lot of people ask me, what do I think of cooking oils? Do I use them? All of that. And my answer is that I'm not a big fan of cooking oils in general. Okay, I never have been. Personally, I'm very picky when it comes down to oils. And in my own household, up until I tried this avocado oil, I've been just making my own coconut oil, like by hand from scratch, or I cook with butter once in a while, but that's about it. And in general, I tend to kind of avoid oils, mainly because a lot of times I don't like the flavor of it, I don't like the taste, I don't like the smell. Something to me with most oils is off. And I always find when I'm reading like news reports of like, oh, this oil is bad, or this oil, like olive oil is not pure, or a lot of the oils that are sold in grocery stores and health food stores are rancid, they're spoiled. I'm never surprised. I'm never ever surprised, because I'm like, that's why I don't like that stuff. That's why time it over and over again. I try these things and I'm like, something's not good. And so for many years, I've kind of been in sort of like this challenging situation, because I want to make good, yummy food, but I find it really hard to put things together because of the oil. You know, it's like I don't use olive oil, because for me, olive oil, most of the olive oils on the market are not pure, right? And so if you use like an olive oil that doesn't have a scent, it's probably mixed with something else, or it's been deodorized, it's been chemically altered in one way or another. And a real pure olive oil is very strong in taste and aroma. And personally, I don't really like the taste of olive oil, so I rarely use it. And then when it comes down to like vegetable oils, stay away from those, because most vegetable oils like sunflower oil or canola oil or peanut oil, all those things, they're made with solvents. Okay, they're not pressed. They're actually like chemical is applied to them to extract the oil. And you're going to have chemical residue in that oil. And the thought of actually cooking with oils that have chemical residues, no thank you. Plus, we also know that vegetable oils, majority of them, if not all, they're very delicate. So they're usually in plastic bottles, in these clear bottles on shelves, and they've been sitting there for like ages, right, in health food stores and grocery stores, and they're probably gone bad by the time you get it. And things like that, I've always just kind of stayed clear of vegetable oils. And then when it comes down to what else is out there, coconut oil, another one. I make my own coconut oil. I will not buy cold pressed coconut oil from health food stores or grocery stores probably ever again. I've had a lot of bad experiences with it, and living in Southeast Asia, I've seen how coconut oil is made. Okay, I've seen how high quality, cold pressed, organic coconut oils are made, and also sort of the more mainstream coconut oils are made. And they're all made from, a lot of times, moldy coconuts. Okay, because they leave the coconuts out under the sun to dry out a bit before they do press them. And a lot of times these coconuts are old, they've got either maybe a little rain in them or a little bit of coconut water in them or whatever it is, and a lot of them have mold on it before they're pressed. And there's not so much quality control going on. And seeing that, plus living here where I'm here in Bali, Indonesia, I'm surrounded by people that have been born and raised in a culture that uses their own homemade coconut oil, and when they see the stuff that I get from the health food store and they smell it, or they have something I've used where I've cooked something in it, they're always asking me why we're using rancid oils. Always. And I've come to see, after making my own coconut oil, the big difference. Okay, the big difference in taste, flavor, scent, everything. And once you actually have fresh, real coconut oil, when you try the cold-pressed stuff that comes from the health food store or the grocery store, you'll see the difference, and you'll see that perhaps that stuff isn't made with quality coconuts, okay? And I'm not saying that all of them are like this, but a large amount are. And I would also say, too, just for you to know, is that there's a lot of companies now kind of sprouting out that are making coconut oil that they say that they've used a fresh coconut that's just fallen off the tree and it's been cracked open and they've pressed the oil immediately. And if there's companies that are sort of coming out with oils like that, there's a reason for that, because they know what's really going on in the industry and they're trying to separate themselves from coconut oil production that's going on. Okay, so for me, I'd rather make my own coconut oil because of that. And that's always what I've been kind of stuck with, is like my own homemade coconut oil, or I use butter. There's also ghee that people can use as well. I like ghee, but my body doesn't. It doesn't agree with me. I get stomach problems whenever I have anything with ghee in it. I also get really bad breakouts. So when it comes down to cooking oils and what fats and stuff to cook with, I've always been left with either like a grass-fed butter or my homemade coconut oil. And I've always wanted one other alternative, especially for like salad dressings or for cooking maybe like Italian food or food that like I don't want to smell like coconut oil, and I don't want to be cooking in butter all the time. And so I was really excited when I got this, okay, avocado oil from Ava Jane's Kitchen, because I've been wanting to try this oil for a long time. I've known about it for ages, but living in Indonesia, we can't import food here, okay? I can't like order food online and have it shipped, okay? It's not allowed to come in. And so I've had to coordinate things that before my parents come from Canada, that I can get a bottle sent to them and that they bring it over. And so they recently came and they brought me a bottle of Ava Jane's avocado oil. And I tried it and I was like, yes! This is it. This is what I need. This is my alternative to olive oil. This is the addition that has been missing sort of like in my kitchen of like cooking yummy food. And this is great for like salad dressings. It's great for cooking vegetables, meats, or using it in a dip, anything. Like you can pretty much use it for anything. And it's got a very delicate taste. It's not strong, nothing. And so I was very, very excited that I actually contacted John Course of Ava Jane's Kitchen, he's the owner of it, to talk to him and ask him more about his avocado oil. Because coming from a place where I make my own coconut oil, I know when I taste an oil if it's good or not. I just know, I can tell. And I was really excited when I started asking him questions about how they make it and the ingredients and production and all that. And there was two things that stood out. Okay, first thing he was saying was, he was telling me about how with the avocados that they use to make the avocado oil is that the avocados are hand-picked, and they're ripened in a controlled place so that they don't have bruises, they're not moldy, they're not old, nothing. Okay, that each and every avocado has to be ripe, it has to be pristine, it can't have problems in it. And right when he said that to me, I was like, yes, finally, because he understands it. And as I was mentioning before with coconut oil, a lot of coconut oil is made out of moldy coconuts, and I'm sure all the oils on the market are made with moldy or bad food because you can't tell. Everything's been processed down so much. And so right when he was telling me this one detail that was coming from him, not me, I was like, yes, this is good. And then the second detail he mentioned was that these oils are not filtered. Okay, and most oils you get on the market are filtered. Okay, and that's to extend the shelf life. And again, back to my own homemade coconut oil, is that it's also unfiltered. And with unfiltered oil is that it does go bad within, I would say, like 30 days, 60 days after opening up a bottle of it. But you get so much more nutrition, you get so much more out of it because it hasn't been filtered or purified. So it's closer to the source. And that to me is also definitely a step in right direction, and I want to be eating things that will expire, so the beauty with his avocado oil is that if you don't open up the jar, you can keep the jar for probably a year or two. As long as no air gets in it, then nothing will go bad. But the moment you do open it up, then after I would say like a month or so, it will eventually go bad, and that's a good thing. You want everything you eat to have to expire at some point. If it doesn't, there's a problem, right? So I'm really excited about this avocado oil, and I want to just mention too some of the great things about it. And another thing too that stands out is that it's really good for cooking, and in fact it's got a higher heat point or a higher smoke point than coconut oil. You know how we're always hearing like coconut oil is so good for like cooking things or pan searing meats or like stir fry, stuff like that, anything at a high heat because it's got a high smoke point. This has got an even higher smoke point, so it's not going to get all like carcinogenic and like hazardous if it gets heated up. It's not a delicate oil like vegetable oils, so that's a great thing. That's a huge plus if you're looking for something to be cooking with, and also something that you can use with your salad dressings. And then also too to mention as well is that it's not a saturated fat, okay? So, and for some of you, that's a good thing too, because some people, saturated fats are not good for them. It depends on people's sort of health condition. And so that's something too. If you're looking for a monounsaturated fat, I would go with the avocado oil, definitely over the coconut oil as well. All right, so anyways, try out this bottle of avocado oil because you can get a bottle for free. You can also join their membership drives and get into that. The link is below. Plus, I really want you to join the webinar I'm doing with John, of course, this coming Thursday, May 19th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be fantastic. John is awesome with like explaining things and his storytelling and everything, and it's just a great opportunity to really ask like the expert like all about oil and how the oil is made and all sorts of questions you might have. So both of the links are below. Please join us, and I would love to hear too if you've ever used this avocado oil or you're using it right now. What's your favorite dish to be using it in? I would love to hear that. Have a fabulous day, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.